about how to build a clientele, specifically in the beauty industry. I like to call it beauty industry secrets, but it's how to build a clientele. I do want to tell you guys a little bit of the agenda that we're going to be going over today in class. The first thing is marketing your business outside of social media. So social media is a huge point of interest in a way that people are marketing their business, not just in the beauty industry, but all around. And so we're going to talk about ways that you are going to market your business outside of social media. We're also going to speak on statistics of what is working when it comes to attracting new clients, how to network and collaborate with other businesses to get clients, new clients into your door, the proper way to do giveaways and referral programs, and how to get reviews to generate business. And then the last but not least, how consistency in marketing gets you clientele. Those are the 6 points that we're going over today. A little bit about myself. My name's Deandra Giselle. I'm a beauty professional business coach. So I'm a beauty pro business coach. I have a podcast, Life After Beauty School, motivational speaker, founder of the Glampreneur Academy, and I coach beauty professionals specifically on how to make money while still enjoying life. But the biggest thing is my background. So yes, I am a hairstylist by trade, but I actually went to school for marketing and business. And when I went to school for marketing and business, after I graduated with my bachelor's in that, I actually worked at an advertising agency for a while before entering the beauty industry. So I have a lot of knowledge of what it takes to get your business marketed and the information out there to give you clients. I am a SBDC coach, so you guys are more than welcome to reach out to me for coaching sessions. And then last but not least, where I like to hang out is Instagram and YouTube. I'm not really on TikTok. I'm really trying to get on TikTok, but it's Instagram and YouTube where I'm at mostly. So that's a little bit of background about myself. Before we get started, I do want to talk about the mindset. So having a mindset when you are starting your business is huge. It takes about 2 to 3 years for a business to become profitable. So that means that just because you started your business does not mean that it's going to be super profitable in the first year. It takes time and progress, and you being consistent in your marketing efforts, it's what's going to get clients in your chair or through your doors or visiting your website, depending on what you are doing, what your business is. So I always say you have to check the mindset when you're getting ready to start this journey of getting people to engage with you in your business. Always have to get your mind right. Mindset. I'm always going to talk about that. All right, so marketing outside of social media. So there's a misconception that social media will get you clients fast. And the truth is that social media does help get clients aware of your business and brands, but it does not necessarily mean that you are going to get those clients coming into your door and actually purchasing from you or actually getting services from you. What does get clients actually purchasing from you is the time and you doing the consistency with how you market to them and you doing market research to see how those clients are interested in your brand. So we are going to talk about how you do that market research. There we go. So what builds a solid clientele? That is one of the things when I'm coaching people, they're always like, how do I get my clientele fast? How can I build a loyal, which is what I call a solid clientele? And the first thing is know your client avatar, your ideal client avatar, which that movie just came out. And if you guys seen the first one, you guys will kind of get where I'm going with this. But what I mean by that is your target audience. Who are you speaking to? There is a quote out there that says, if you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. What does that mean? Well, what it means is that you have to be very specific in the type of person that you're speaking to. So when I opened my salon, I knew that if any of you guys have seen House, like that was my husband and I's favorite show for a while. And I marketed to the Cuddies. Okay. Her character was the businesswoman who was professional. She dressed professionally. She, kept a nice look about her all the time to present herself in a professional manner. And so I created a person that I spoke to in my business. I even wrote down what type of car she drives, her age range. I wrote down the music she listens to, hobbies. Is she married? Is she not? And remember, this was specific to my business. So I keep saying she. So clearly, my ideal client avatar was a female. I wanted her to be in the age range of 35 to 50. I wanted her to be a professional woman, like the CEO, the boss, because I wanted her to be able to afford the high-end services and products that I was providing. Let's see. Hold on. Yes, absolutely. Creating your avatar is transformational. Absolutely. So I wanted to make sure that I created this person. I made her so real that I gave her a name. And the reason why I gave her a name is because I needed to know that every time I created any type of marketing, anything, I spoke to that person so I could relate to her. I did market research to understand like what would be pain points, right? What is she interested in? What are some of the struggles and how can I solve those problems? So your client avatar is the number one thing when you're trying to build a solid clientele. So what that also looked like in my business is I now know what type of music I should be playing in my salon, what are my brand colors that would interest or attract that client avatar, what type of services, down to the language that I spoke. And when we get into more of marketing, like the actual ways to market, the biggest thing was, where does that person consume content, or where does that person look for whatever services I'm looking for? So everything goes down to knowing who you want your ideal client avatar to be. To build that loyal clientele, you got to know who they are. And I get this question a lot when I'm coaching people. They always are like, well, what if I want to help everyone? What if I want to not just speak to this one person that I created, but I want to, reach out to, a vast majority? And my answer to that is, just because you have a client avatar, that doesn't mean that other people won't be interested in you. It's just you're very streamlined in who you're speaking to. I mean, think about it. Target, Walmart, Starbucks, they all have their ideal client avatar, yet all types of people come to those businesses. So it doesn't mean that you're excluding people, but it does mean that you're getting very focused on who you want to come into your business or purchase your products. And then from there, other people will be interested. After you know who your ideal client avatar is, next, it's about tracking what works. So this is something that people miss a lot. They want to keep posting on social media, posting on social media, posting on social media, but then they're not always clear on what's working. Like they're posting on Instagram and then they see nobody likes their post, or nobody's engaging, or that post didn't translate into money or revenue, right? So you have to track what works. And then if it doesn't work, do something different. And I know that's like, okay, that's not really mind blowing, but it kind of is in a way, because social media is always thrown at us at a way to market our business. But if we go back to our client avatar and we know where they would be consuming content or looking for their hairstylist or looking for, the brand or product, whatever, if we know that they wouldn't traditionally look for those person that service on Instagram, then we got to do something different. We got to do some research. And then this is something that I was just talking to my husband about. He has an audiovisual company. And I'm like, sometimes when we have a business, we always think that we're starting from zero, like we have zero clients. But sometimes you can start from the people that you already know, some of the connections you already know, family, friends. You can start with people you already know. So moving on, let's talk about some statistics, because we need to figure out what works. So These stats were based from a few different publications. The biggest one was Forbes Business Magazine, which we are familiar. And I want to talk about referrals first. So, well, before I talk about referrals, let's talk about some of these definitions. So, cost per lead, when I say that, if you guys see that, which is right here, cost per lead means how much it costs. Where's my cursor here? Here we go. How much does it cost the business or you to get that lead, that new customer into your business? And then we have conversion rates, and a conversion rate is basically like if we think about your website, how many people not only visited your website, but you actually converted them or got them to purchase from your website, right? So those are what we're talking about. And then new clients, especially for new products. So when I was looking for some stats, what I found is that the referred customer, 18% of businesses use referrals to get new clients or to introduce new people to products and services, 18%. And not just new clients, what they found is within that 18%, they're able to get more people, a higher conversion rate, to have loyal clients, meaning those people didn't just purchase one time, they were able to they purchased multiple times, or they became loyal, they were into whatever they were selling, right? And then the cost per lead, it costs little to no money for these referral rates. Now, if we get into business marketing, so this is how do people get the word out there about their business. So social media, 38% of businesses see some awareness through social media. Print ads, 13%. And then TV and radio's down to 14%. And then email is 33%. So it's pretty close to social media. So why am I giving you these referrals or business marketing? Like, why am I giving you these numbers? Well, now if you're looking, it's easier for a business to promote itself by using social media and email, but where they see the most response is through referrals. And when I say response, I mean not just people looking at their social media page and website and saying, oh, that's good, but people who are actually coming into their business and using their services or buying their products. There is more people who do this through referrals and then there are by just looking at social media. Okay. Now, then we have giveaways. So giveaways, it's Facebook and IG gets the most success with giveaways. And the reason for that, well, we'll get into that in just a moment, but part of the reason why you need referrals, business marketing, and giveaways, when we look at this whole thing as a whole, I want you to take away from this that it's not just about referrals. It's not just about social media. It's not just about giveaways. It's a combination of these things. And guess who realizes how important social media is? All the huge companies. All of them. They are using social media heavily, more than ever, to get their customers in there, right? But referrals is what's really driving small businesses. So yes, as a small business owner, you absolutely need to be on social media, but referrals is what's going to get the people physically in your business and get those people actually purchasing or getting services from you. So let's have this like aha moment together, okay? Is it going to click? There we go. So after all this information, oh, what happened here? So after all this information, here's what we found out. Here's what it's all sums down to this. Once I get to that slide, is that companies actually use social media to attract customers, to get customer feedback and build customer loyalty. Social media increases your market reach, so how many people you can actually reach and get to understand that you are visible, you are here, and it allows you to go further with that. So let's put social media in its place. Social media gets people aware that your business exists, but what gets those people into your physical business is the referrals. So I want to talk to you about why this is. I agree with you, Erica. Word of mouth is the best referral. And let me tell you guys why. Let's break that down before I get into the timeline for purchasing. Why word of mouth gets people in your chair faster is because of the trust level. When someone gets a referral, like just think about yourself for a minute. When you get a referral from, let's say, a best friend, right? And they're like, hey, you should really try out this restaurant. I had this, the customer service was great, the food was delicious, yada, 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 all, 5 stars rating. You are more likely to go visit that restaurant than when you just go and Google it and see the reviews or whatever, because a trusted source, your best friend, told you, hey, go try out that restaurant. So if we think about it in the beauty industry, doing hair, doing makeup, being an esthetician, selling products, all of those things requires a trust level, especially when we're talking about skin, hair, nails. It requires a trust level, right? Because I always tell people, like, when you're in the beauty industry, there is no personal space. When I'm doing someone's hair, I'm in their bubble, they're in mine. So there has to be a trust level. So that's why when you do a consultation, you're getting a feel of people and they're getting a feel of you, right? You're getting a feel of that client, they're getting a feel of you. And then it takes some time to build that trust with them before they become your loyal client. But when you get the referral, when you actually get a referral from a trusted source, there's already a level of trust with that person because they trust the person that referred them. So it's like this circle, right? It's like this circle. Now let's switch gears back into the timeline for purchasing. So this is going to be a timeline for purchasing a product, for deciding on if you are going to use this hairstylist, esthetician, makeup artist, nail tech. This is how it goes. So if you decide that I use Dyson. If anyone is familiar with Dyson, it is this blow dryer that is like every single hairstylist that you see on social media is using the Dyson. And I want to talk to you how Dyson, even though I know marketing, they got me. Okay. They got me. How it started is the very first thing is I saw the Dyson. It's a very unique looking blow dryer than the traditional blow dryer. I saw someone on social media have this unique looking blow dryer. Then once I saw the unique looking blow dryer, I was like, well, let me follow Dyson. Let me just see what that is. Let me see what they got going on. Then I decided to look it up on Google because I was very curious on what it was, what the specs was of this blow dryer. Why did it look different than the traditional blow dryer? Like, where was the motor? How is it ergonomically correct? So my wheels are turning, right? So first I saw it on social media. Then I looked it up, and then Dyson, because of the algorithm, is popping up in my newsfeed. Like, it's like everyone has a Dyson. And it's like Instagram is only sending me Dyson people to follow, like, people who use the Dyson or have it in the tag or in their hashtag or whatever. All of a sudden I'm seeing more happening, right? Then I get Dyson ads. Then I start tapping on the Dyson ad to get more information, but I'm still not ready to buy. Then I decide, you know what, I'm going to follow Dyson, and then I'm going to just get the updates and see if I'm really going to purchase them. Am I going to purchase from Dyson? Then after I do that, I'm seeing more suggested content from Dyson in my stories, in my feed. Then I physically go to Ulta, and there is a huge sign for the new Dyson. And guess what? They finally got me to purchase. So let's talk about each instance, okay? This was 1, 2, 3, 4. Each one of these dots. I happened to see it. It looked interesting. I researched it. Then it pops up in my feed a bit more frequently. I tap on the ad. After I tap on the ad, I follow Dyson. Now I'm getting more suggested content. Then I physically go to a store and see it, and then finally I purchase it. Why am I telling you this timeline? Because when you're using social media to physically get a client into your business, it takes at least 7 times for you to contact that person before they're going to purchase with you. So it may not cost you anything on social media to get that new client, to get them into your door, but it takes a lot of time, at least 7 times. anywhere between 6 to 7 times, but it's like 7. And then with our short attention span, sometimes it requires more, right? It takes that many times for someone to finally make a purchasing or a appointment with you or whatever to finally have that decision. All right. So, and the reason why I'm saying this to you too is because I want you to think about how you purchase products. Like, if you just think about your history and what causes you to purchase something through social media, it takes a lot of effort before you're willing to give someone your money, your dollars, right? And that's why I tell people when they are having their business, when they are trying to build a clientele, yes, social media is definitely a key point in getting clients aware about your business, but you got to still get on that referral, word of mouth, and getting to know people to get those people to transition into money. So, not all the time does social media mean dollars. Okay, so businesses use social media to create awareness. And that's kind of where I want you to place social media. So if you're like, oh, thank goodness, that means I don't have to be on social media or I don't have to post as much. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that they're using social media to create awareness. So that does mean you need to have a social media presence. That does mean you need to tell your ideal client avatar why you are perfect for them. And yes, you do it through social media. So you still need some sort of presence on social media. But here's the catch. If I were to go back to that slide, here's the catch when it comes to social media. If you know your ideal client avatar, then you do not have to be on every single social media platform known to man. You don't. So the reason why I am not on TikTok as heavily as I'm on Instagram, as I'm on LinkedIn, or YouTube is because my ideal client avatar for my business does not consume content or make a decision about their hair on TikTok. Remember, my ideal client avatar was the Cuddies, right? The professional businesswoman. Remember that age range, anywhere between 35 to 50. And so if we're in the earlier part of that age range, Instagram, they will look on Instagram, right? But if we go a little bit further, they're probably not on TikTok looking for a hairstylist. They're probably not on Instagram. And LinkedIn is more business networking, right? Where are they probably looking for their next hairstylist? Well, when I first opened my salon, it was Yelp. It was Yelp. I had to make sure those reviews. Now it's transitioned into more Google reviews. So that means you need to make sure your business is on Google. Another way that you can build your clientele outside of social media is networking. So networking is the action or process of interacting with others to exchange information and develop professional and social contacts. That is from the dictionary. So what are we trying to do? We have to interact with other people. How can you interact with other people? You can gain skills from other professionals. So one way that you can network with other individuals is go to some classes, go to some beauty classes, go to some hair shows, go to professional events and conventions and get to know people. And when you're meeting people, you're not meeting them just to get something from them. You're meeting them to genuinely get to know them. And maybe down the road, you can connect them with someone or they can connect you with someone, but you're just getting to know people and other professionals. And guess what will happen? As you get to know other professionals, you can get direct referrals. So if you are not getting referrals from other customers, you can get direct referrals from other professionals. What does that look like? So I'll tell you a little story. I am transitioning from working behind the chair to more teaching and coaching, and I've been traveling doing this. So I no longer have the bandwidth, the time to do clients behind the chair. Guess what I'm doing? All the people that I've met with throughout my career, which I've been a hairstylist for over 15 years, all of these people that I've met, I'm like, oh yeah, I met so-and-so. She's good with hair color. Let me refer my loyal client to this person. Now I'm talking about, I've been doing these people's hair for over 10 years. So if I say, hey, I'm getting out of the business, but I have a friend who would take care of you. They are going to trust my referral. That is a direct referral. Where did I get those? Where do I even know how to refer these people? By me networking, getting to know people, hair shows. I've taken classes. It's just those professionals. I've ran into people. I used to work at Salon Republic. So working at Salon Republic, I met other beauty professionals and I'm able to transition them. Here's another scenario. I do hair, right? But I don't do facials. My clients know that I'm a beauty expert. So they think, hey, who can I ask for a esthetician referral? I cannot tell you how many clients have asked me, hey, Deandra, do you know a esthetician? Guess what I can do? Refer them. So direct referrals also are very helpful. And how do you get direct referrals? By networking. Business opportunities, that's another way. And I want to go over to this. So here's the power of networking. I remember I told you guys I have been, you guys may not know some of these people. Some of you guys this may look familiar to you, but some of the biggest opportunities of my life have come from networking. So right here is Cleve. Cleve used to be, he works behind the scenes. He was like working for Bosley, if anyone's familiar with Bosley. And he worked for Bosley. And I got to know him very well. I met him at this random hair show. And he was friends with Tabitha Coffee. And Tabitha Coffee had a show on Style Network. The name, Salon Takeover was the name of it. She needed an assistant to work with her at this major show in Chicago. Guess what happened? Cleve was like, hey, I know someone, she's in LA, but if you're willing to fly her to Chicago, she'll be a great assistant. Guess what? I get to assist Tabitha Coffee, and here I am at the Behind the Chair Hairstylist Award show, all because of networking. I had no idea that Cleve working at Bosley would eventually get me here and then get me on platforms and stages that now have helped me transition into my career now. So networking is key. Networking also produces business opportunities. Oh, I didn't know that was going to play. All right. The other thing is collaboration. Collaboration is multiplication. So what does a collaboration look like for you when you're marketing your business? So this young lady here, we did a collaboration together on my podcast where she is a bridal beauty expert, and I am a business coach. So we have a similar audience, but we speak different languages to that audience, right? So what would that look like for you? Well, if you're a hairstylist, and you know a makeup artist, maybe you guys can collaborate together, right? If you are a company that sells a product, like let's say you are a company that has lightener, and you can collaborate with a color specialist, and together you guys are speaking to the same audience, a similar audience, right? But a different message, but you guys can help each other. So another way that you can market yourself is collaborations. Your collaborations could be on social media. It could be in a in-person event. Sky's the limit, but you should be collaborating with other people. Oh, that goes backwards. Some other ways to get your name out there and market yourself and build your clientele is customer by customer, okay? We're going back to those referral programs, and I am going to give you some actual ways that you can refer people to your business in ways where it doesn't feel like you're begging them to tell other people about your business, but customer to customer, which we've talked about a lot, knowing your neighbors. So if you have a physical brick and mortar business, get to know the other businesses around you. How can you guys support each other, right? If you don't have a physical brick and mortar business, well, what companies, going back to those collaborations, right? What companies can you connect with that can help you, again, same audience, but slightly selling different things? Who can you collaborate with if you don't have a brick and mortar business. But if you have a brick and mortar business, you should know your neighbors. Always, always, always. Of course, social media, and then company to consumer. What that means is you, the company, you are going to have to go out there and get your consumer. How are you going to do that? You can do your giveaways. So getting into giveaways and referrals. So if you're not familiar on why you would even do a giveaway generates more engagement on your social media. So remember, social media brings that awareness, right? And then your referrals actually get them into the door. So if you don't have a lot of followers on social media, which having a lot of followers doesn't even help you. Really, you want engaged, active people. That's what you want. So anyways, let's just say you don't have a lot of people that are engaging on your social media platform. What can you do? You can do a giveaway. And this is going to bring awareness to your brand and potentially attract new clients and demonstrate some of your skills and services. So what would a giveaway look like? Well, if you're going to do it on social media, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to decide on a giveaway that they actually want. What is beneficial? So, what is something that is not you giving just free stuff away, but something that is going to be beneficial and intriguing to your ideal client avatar? Going back to that avatar. Then, what you want to do is you want to make sure you have the purpose down for your giveaway. So, I've seen giveaways a lot, and there's really not like a purpose or a flow to it. When I say purpose, I mean, do you want engagement? Are you looking to get followers, or are you looking to get clients, right? Know what the purpose is. If you're trying to get engagement, then that's going to dictate how you do the giveaway, right? If you know you're trying to get followers, that's going to change how you do the giveaway. The most traditional way is to, have a picture of whatever you're giving away, and then have them like it and make sure that they tag X amount of people, and then you choose from those who follow the rules. You got to make it simple, okay? Got to keep it simple. Yes, definitely. Call to action. CTA is very important. You want to have a call to action. So then after you do that, you want to have products/services that are relevant to your business. But here's the tricky thing, because I've seen these and people will do products and services, and you want to make it valuable, but not to where it's hurtful to your business. Okay. So if I am a hairstylist and I do color, I'm not going to give away a color correction service that is valued at $500, okay? But what I could do is give away products that help you maintain your color. All right. If I am a color company and I have lightener, I'm not going to give away, a huge tub of lightener. But what I could do is give away maybe samples of that to a hairstylist and the products to maintain your blonding. Like, you want to think of that. Maybe I would throw in a curling iron. I don't want to give away what I'm selling for free. Okay. I just want to give things that kind of enhance my services or enhance my products, not the entire thing for free. Decide on the duration or time frame. When it comes to the duration, you don't want it to be too long, because again, we have a short attention span. So if we say 3 weeks, in 3 weeks, we'll be choosing a giveaway winner, people are already over it. I even say 2 weeks is too long. Choose a week. For 1 week, you can like this post, you can tag 2 friends, and then from there, we will be deciding on the winner in X amount of time. And there are apps that will allow you to type in the winners, or that will track it for you. And you can do this live, where you choose the person right there live. I mean, you can make it very interactive too. But whatever you do, keep it simple. Okay, so I've seen giveaways where they're like, hey, you can win this wonderful giveaway, but you have to like this person, like this person, like this person, tag 4 friends, make sure to repost it on your page and on your stories. That's like too much. Okay. choose 2 things that you want them to do. And once you do those 2 things, and also the reason for this giveaway is the more people that's liking this post, the algorithm of whatever social media platform, which this is most successful on Instagram and Facebook, by the way, but the more that people like the post, the more engagement you're going to get because the algorithm is going to show it to more people. Okay, so you just want to keep that in mind, but keep it simple. And this is also a great opportunity to collaborate with someone else. All right, so the ultimate way to gain people, like we've been talking about the whole time, is referrals, referrals, referrals. When someone refers you, we're already building that trust. We talked about that. Here's a quote for you. 90% of consumers trust referrals from people they know. Okay. So how do we get a referral? Let's talk about that in your business. When you are doing referrals, you also want to keep it simple. Now, this age with digital, it is so easy to get people to refer you and you keep track of it, especially if you have a booking system. There's a lot of booking systems that have ways to track how many referrals. But I want to say this to you. If you are going to encourage or incentivize the referral process to get clients into your business, you do want to make sure that you give the referred person like an incentive to do it. So when I was behind the chair, my incentive was for every 3 referrals that you gave me, I gave them 30% off their service. Now that, looking back, I would never say 30% again, but I was desperate to get clients into my salon. So they did it. But guess what? Only a handful of people really got the 3 referrals. Why? Because they couldn't just refer someone to me and I'm like, oh, you referred so and so, great. Okay, cool. Now, mind you, when I opened my business, this was before social media was a thing. Like Facebook was it, and Facebook was where it was just for college students at the time. So I was really relying on these referrals. Okay. So what they had to do is they had to refer 3 people, give 3 people my business card, and those people had to actually schedule an appointment, come in, and then the person got the credit. So it only happened with just a handful of people. And even though I'm still thinking about that number, 30%, that's a high percentage. I would never recommend anyone do 30%. But when I think about that, that incentive got people hustling to tell more people about me. There was this one client in particular. She was like, I love how you do my hair, but I can't afford your services. So I'm going to bring you all my friends. And she was hounding her friends like, hey, 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 go see her, go see her, go see her. And we built a relationship. And when I got invited to her wedding to do her hair, almost 75% of her friends were my clients. All right. So when you're doing these referrals and you're incentivizing it, think about what you could get them to do that isn't going to hurt your business. 30%, I never say percentages. When I am coaching people, I'm like, hey, don't do percentages. You could do a dollar amount, right? Just like they do when you buy clothes. If anyone buys clothes from Shein or anything like that, they're like, oh, after $150, you get $20 off, right? So I always say do a dollar amount or do products, but never a huge percentage. But you do want to incentivize it so they'll actually do it. All right, reviews. You absolutely need reviews. Do you need reviews through Yelp? It depends on your business. It depends on your ideal client avatar, but Google, everyone uses Google for everything. People read reviews before they make a decision. I do it. I do it on Amazon. I do it when I'm looking. I moved to a new area. I needed a new eyebrow lady, and I had to read reviews, read the business and what they were, and I looked on their website. And even though people know that the website reviews, you control them, they still want to see them. Okay. So if you have a website, make sure that your reviews are on the website. If you don't have a website, why? You need a website. You got to have a website. Okay. But people read the reviews before making a decision. It also shows the positive customer service experience. So, again, if they say, hey, the environment was great or they had great customer service, you always want to make sure that you can read something about the positive customer service experience that you have. And then it gives insight on how people view your business. So potential clients want to learn about you. They want to know the information. They want to know how your business is doing. Even if you get a negative review, I know that I've heard of several clients that have said, hey, I saw this business and they weren't that great, but I read the other reviews. And because the other reviews were this way, I decided to go ahead and experience this service, right? So people have the ability to look up your business. So people are always concerned about Yelp, right? I do have a love-hate relationship with Yelp when it comes to purchasing or getting paid ads with them, but Yelp still pops up. When I look up for reviews, Yelp still pops up. Google pops up, right? So you want to make sure that your business is listed on there. And when you get, or if you get a negative review, that you respond to it in a professional manner. But all these things come together and help people decide to, hey, I want to come and be a part of that business or have their services. The next thing when it comes to reviews is you want to make it easy and automate it. So I have a booking system. And within that booking system, after my client has come to see me a couple of times, it sends them an email that says, hey, would you review this business? I mean, it doesn't say it just like that, but it basically has this, beautiful verbiage that encourages them to make a review, and they can type it in that email or in that section, and it automatically goes to my website after I review it. So I automate it. But notice what I said. I said that after a couple of services. So I do not ask for a review from my clients after the very first time that they've seen me. I want to make sure that I build a relationship first. It's almost like, I say this in my podcast, like when you're doing a review, it's like your first date with someone, right? When you're getting ready to ask for a review and it's your first time seeing them, it's like the first date, right? And after the first date, you want to get to know them before you have like the heavy conversations or ask for anything. So maybe it's the second time you get to hang out with that person, then you ask for the review, right? You build a little bit of a relationship and then you ask for the review. So if you're selling a product, what would that look like for you? Well, they purchase the product from you, you send them whatever it is, or if it's a person to person, you give it to them, and then you follow up with them before you ask for the review. Hey, how's the product working out for you? How do how's your experience been? Or, hey, here's another way you could use this product. Have you considered this? You do another touch point with them, and then you say, how would you mind if you reviewed this product? Would you mind if you reviewed this service? So what would that look like if you're behind the chair as an esthetician, right? If you're an esthetician, what it would look like is you are going to let them come, experience your service, have a great service, and then follow up with them maybe a few days later or a week or so. And the reason why I use esthetician is it's not common that people are coming in weekly, right? When you do hair, they can come in weekly, they can come in bi-weekly, so you'll have more opportunities to connect with them. But some of these, one-time purchases or, very far, few and in between services, you have to take the initiative. Before social media, what I would do is I would send thank you cards. That was my touch point. I would physically mail it to them. That's something you can do. People don't always look at their mail. They may not go get their mail, but you can email them and say, hey, was wondering how X, Y, and Z went. And then, of course, with the reviews, you can also incentivize that as well. I've been to places where they're like, hey, after your review, you're able to get $5 off or whatever. Incentivize it, make it exciting. Let's see here. Let me see. I see something in chat. Oh, I love this. So Erica says, when my client check out, I ask, please, if you feel you experience if you feel your experience is shareable, we would love for you to share with the Google community. That's a great way to just kind of encourage them to do so. Here's the thing, having a review or asking them for a review, it doesn't always come to their mind. I know sometimes I've coached hairstylists and coached beauty pros where they're like, my client loves my work, but they never ask me to, or they never review my business. Like I see that all the time. Like they'll say that, like, oh, they said they love what I do, but they never review my business. And my response is, have you asked them to? And they're like, no, I haven't. Well, guess what? 9 times out of 10, people have busy lives. They're not even thinking about that, right? Then until you mention it to them. So if it's overwhelming for you because you're like, hey, I don't have time, I'm scheduling appointments, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I don't have time to remember to send them an email, automate it. There are several scheduling systems that allows you to automate a lot of this. And also, if you're spending your time scheduling appointments, my question to you is, why are you not having a booking system where they can book online? Okay, but that's a whole nother class. Okay, so marketing consistency with clients. You have to be consistent in order to see results. So whenever people say, hey, Deandra, how can I build a clientele fast? I'm like, fast? Oh, fast is hard. I don't think you can build a clientele fast, but if you're consistent, you'll see what will happen with you being consistent. And the first thing is, you're going to stand out from your competition. When you are constantly speaking to your client avatar, when you are constantly showing like, hey, here's what my business does, when you're constantly making connections with other people, you start standing out from your competition. There is no way that clients are just going to walk through your door, especially now with the internet. You have to have brand awareness by having a social presence online, by having an online presence, by you getting to know people. So it's not only social media that gets people in your door, it's the combination of social media, which builds brand awareness, and then you physically talking to people. Social media will also remind clients about your services. So, hey, you may have met someone. Let me tell you how it goes, okay? You meet someone, you tell them about your business. You're like, hey, I do this. You should consider coming to see me. What is the first thing they do? They're going to ask for, oh, do you have your social media? Do you have a website? And you do, and you have that. That even makes them feel more comfortable. And then as you start posting, they'll follow you, they'll see your services, and it reminds them like, hey, I did want to go see that esthetician. Helps potential clients make a decision. So remember, if they're running into you, if they're seeing you in multiple areas, so if they Google you and they can see like, oh, wait, yeah, I did run into this person, or you know what, I might bookmark that so that I can schedule an appointment with them. All those things combined together gets those clients in your door or through your door and in your chair. Remember that it takes clients at least 7 times to see something before they purchase or schedule an appointment with you. So they got to see something. And then the last thing is, you want to be where the need is. So this is the fastest way to build a clientele. If we're thinking about the word fast, is you have to be where there's a need. So Pasadena, right? This SBDC, this location is in Pasadena. Pasadena is saturated with hairstylists, but are they saturated with colorists? I don't know. Are they saturated with curly hair specialist? Maybe there's a certain skin type for you SDs, like maybe there's a certain skin type that you specialize in, and they live in Pasadena and they're looking for a local person. That's you being where the need is. I have a girl that I'm coaching. She is a curly hair specialist. She's in Pasadena. She has built her business very fast, very quickly than the average, because there were not a lot of curly hair specialists in the Pasadena area. Where were they? They were in LA. They were far, like let me think. There was another one, but mostly in LA. Let's just keep it to LA. When she opened up her salon, was posting on social media her work, guess what? She built her clientele very fast in the Pasadena area because the area was lacking that type of specialist. So position yourself as the go-to person. How do you position yourself? In your messaging, knowing who your ideal clientele is and speaking to them, speaking to their pain points, positioning yourself as the go-to person, and then you market. What does that mean? Giving your brand awareness on social media platforms that's relevant to your ideal client avatar, by you going out and networking, by you getting to know your neighbors. If I tell you about the girl I was coaching, the curly hair specialist, well, I am an extension specialist, so I don't really just cut curly hair. So when I had people, we're going back to direct referrals, when I had people that wanted more information or wanted me to cut their curly hair or whatever, and that wasn't my thing, I'm referring them to her, a direct referral. So let's do a quick recap, and then I'm going to open the floor for any questions. So number one is we are going to market our business outside of social media. How do we do that? We do that through referrals, networking, getting direct referrals from other people in our industry, other professionals. We are going to collaborate with other businesses. We're going to do a proper giveaway. We are going to get reviews to generate business, and then we are going to be consistent. So everything that I talked about today can be summed up in those things. So I want you guys to do something. I want you to think for a minute. In what areas can you improve upon in what we talked about? In what areas can you network or collaborate with other businesses? Do you know your neighbors? If you have a brick and mortar business, do you know your neighbors around you, and have you introduced yourself so that you can connect with them and maybe collaborate with them? If you don't have a brick and mortar business, have you found other professionals that have a similar audience that you guys can collaborate on social media? Maybe do a giveaway together. Are you on top of your reviews? Are you sending out requests for people to review your business on your website, on Google, or Yelp if you're still on Yelp? Are you doing those things? And then are you consistent with marketing to your clients? When I say consistent with marketing, I don't want you guys to think, oh, okay, posting on social media every day. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about consistent with your marketing efforts. So that means being consistent with encouraging them to do referrals, consistent with asking for those reviews, posting about your business and getting brand awareness. It's the combination of all those things. All right, so we're getting ready to open up for questions, but I am one of the advisors with SBDC. So as we're concluding this, if you guys have any more questions or you need more information specific to your business, your brand, you are able to schedule a call with me or schedule a session with me through SBDC. This is the link. I am going to, I think I can copy and paste it and put it in the chat for those of you guys who want to do that, and I will be more than happy to coach any of you guys regarding your specific business. I am going to open the floor up for questions. We have about 5 minutes, but I will open up the floor for questions, and if you're not comfortable unmuting and asking, please put them in the chat, and I would love to answer them for you guys. And I think I can, let's see.
Also, Deandra, I think most that are registered here are SBDC clients, if not here at the Pasadena SBDC with another one. So if they want to schedule a one-on-one with you, just have them email me at the sbdc@pasadena.edu email address.
Okay, so.
And I don't think I can share it to the chat, but I'm going to send it to you and then you can share it with everyone.
Okay.